This is the most expensive Ford Super Duty money can buy. And this could be the last year you can get this truck. I'm here at Larry H. Miller Super Ford. Unfortunately, this truck is sold. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's sold. None of these trucks make it to the dealership without being already sold. Let's go and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the specs. I'll show you guys this $2,200 bed cover. And yeah, we'll see how expensive this truck is. So here's the window sticker for this truck, and you guys can see all the specs, colors, and standard equipment. And here are all the options. So that tonneau cover is right there for $2,200, and you guys can see it has a 331 with the locker. A few of the things down below with the TPMS for the trailer. Destination is at $1,995 with a total price of $105,675. So officially, the Ford Super Duty Limited became the most expensive truck this year because Ram actually lowered their MSRP pricing on all their trucks. With that being said, Ford is now the most expensive pickup truck money can buy. Now, what do you get with the most expensive pickup truck? On the front end of this Super Duty, you do have the projector style LED headlights, right? You also have the LED turn signals and fog lights. They have a projector style to them. You get this satin finish on the grille, forward facing cameras, parking sensors, painted front bumpers, and you get this like silver like trim around the fog lights too, chrome recovery hooks, and then they do stamp Super Duty right there. Now as far as the front goes, you do have this big valance on the front end. It's going to help with fuel economy. There is one on the trimmers that you can switch this one off with, which I would definitely do. Now, the one thing I like about the Limited Super Duty is you do get these exclusive wheels. You do not see these wheels on any other trim. And so it does kind of set you apart. Apart from that, nothing else really changes. The only thing that I can really see right now is that you do get that satin finish on the door handles, although, me being picky, I wish they would have done the same thing here and here. But you have that Limited badge right there. As far as your tires go, these are the Bridgestone Duelers. Pretty much the same tires you see across the board. And these are pretty decent tires too. Tire size is right here. LT 275/65/20. And then if you want to know the capacity of the tires, 3,750 pounds, 80 PSI. Solid front axle. And this does have the FX4 package too. Let's go ahead and step back so you guys can see the whole truck. So this does have the standard bed. And it really does have a nice appearance. And I don't mind the chrome on the black. It really does go well. I like the wheel design. You have the power deployable running boards with a little bit of chrome accents. This engine does come standard, as you guys saw on the window sticker. It wasn't an option. A little bit of chrome here. And because this is a standard bed, 34-gallon fuel tank, 7.4-gallon DEF, they added these steps for the redesign, front and rear of the bed. And this one does have the wheel aligners, front and rear. So all these things come standard. Even on the Platinum, this is an option. You have 4 leafs in the main pack with the overload with the F350. You can see that 5th wheel prep package right there. Now let's see if they did the right thing and give you a matching spare. So it does have a Bridgestone tire, but that is a donut style wheel. So 331 rear end with the locker you guys saw. And you have your class 5 receiving hitch. I've pointed this out a lot of times, but they did restyle these too, so it's easier to get your chains in there. Platinum and Limited are the only trucks that have LED license plate lights. And then check out your rear tailgate. There's a strong chance the Limited is going to go away for 2025 because on the half tons it's no longer available. So like I said, I would definitely jump on one of these trucks. Tail lights are full LED. Platinum Limited are the only ones that get these. And this one does have the power tailgate. You have more of that polish or satin finish there. So it drops down like that with power. You guys can see you have a backup camera and your sonar. Let's jump inside the truck really quickly. One nice thing about having the power tailgate is you do have a button on the side here. I'm going to push really quickly. So when you drop down the tailgate, obviously the camera's going to point towards the ground, but because you have a camera on top of the tailgate, you still have that view. And what I like about that is because they gave you the sonar, well, when you start backing up, it also protects the tailgate from being damaged if you back into something. So you guys can see right there, it shows you that the tailgate is down. Let's go ahead and put it back up. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to that camera view so you guys can see. So when I put the tailgate back up, it shows you the animation too. That's really cool. I like that Ford did that. Very innovative. I'm sure you guys want to see this bed cover, because if you are thinking about ordering one of these trucks, $2,200 is a lot of money, especially if you don't see it. So I always show this just because you have your step here. Now this kind of reminds me of that retract. So you push the button here. It is lockable too, which I like with the key. And all it does is it slides. Very easy to do. And all you gotta do is just push this back down again. Actually, no, I don't think it does it? Well, let's see. There it is. It does take up some bed space up front. So if you want to put a toolbox, something like that, it's impossible. And they have the tie downs around the bed. 2,000 watts of power right there. Comes standard on limited. Bed lights. Also, you have a bed view camera up top. Spray and bed liner, fifth wheel prep package. Pretty loaded. For 105 grand, it better be. Now, one complaint I'll make on this bed cover is it does sit kind of high. So, I don't know. If you're looking to tow a fifth wheel, I probably would skip this one. So, what I gotta do now is just slide it back. It's pretty easy. And then lock it in place. This is all weatherproofed. And the reason why I'm gonna pay a little bit more money for it is because it says Ford right there. And putting the tailgate back up, made easy. Let's go ahead and check out the powertrain. So check out under the hood. No light, by the way. I remember on some of the other trucks I've seen in the past, they would have a light under the hood, which I wish they would keep doing. But if you're looking at Unlimited, you can only get the high output power stroke, and that's not a bad thing, because if you like to brag about horsepower and torque numbers, well, this is the leader. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed transmission known as the 10R140. All this is built in-house with Ford, and they still are using the CP4. But hey, if you run a fuel additive in this engine, you don't have to worry about anything with that, because I feel as though that's half the battle with those failures. But I think that when it really comes down to it, the proper maintenance on these trucks is what I always see. Some guys just don't care where they get fuel from. I am a stickler of going to the same fuel stations all the time. But yeah, I think that this is still one of the best engines on the market, and it is a rocket ship. Go back and watch my last videos I've done. I can't drive the truck because it is sold. So here's another reason why you would buy a Limited. You do get this exclusive interior color. Now, I am going to be doing a video on a white platinum. I thought that one had the new tailgate. It's a half-ton, but it has the new interior color for the refresh. So I want to show you guys those interiors side by side, and I think that Ford should incorporate that interior color over this one. I like that one way better. But nevertheless, this is the Admiral Blue slate leather interior. And it does look nice. If you like blue, if you like gray, then you're gonna love this interior. Now, there is some black carpet, black accents on the interior, so it's not a big deal, but I do like the overall fit and finish. You have the diamond stitched leather, and these seats are truly the best. They're the most comfortable seats you can get. And they have the massagers, top and bottom. Max recline seats right here. You do have the tilt headrest, and when you get Limited, this is the only truck that has this. You get a suede, I almost said leather. You get a suede roof in here too. Obviously you have that panoramic sunroof. And then here's some of your controls. Nothing really changes here with the Limited. You do have like this carbon fiber here, and it's just a better look. You have some of that gray piping with stitching right there. I've mentioned this in the past. The only thing I don't like about this interior is the gray. The gray looks kind of cheap. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But right here you have an illuminated kick plate. Up front only. And here's some of your controls. You have for your lighting. All this is lighting here. bed lighting, and then this is for your 2,000 watts of power, and then this is how I drop that tailgate, power pedals, power steering column, electronic parking brake. And let's go ahead and step in. Now this truck is not PDI'd, so nothing's kind of working in here, and be sure to stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys the payload. The only thing really missing on this interior is the leather wrap on the grab handles and the suede on the A and B pillars. GM does that on the Denali Ultimate, but apart from that, I do like the carbon fiber accents that they added around the interior. It's definitely something different in the marketplace. No one else does that. But the gauge cluster on the Fords has gotten better for the redesign. Here's that clean screen there. Now if you go to the menu, I want to take you down to the gauges. I love showing this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Love this. My favorite thing about the Ford trucks is these general measurements. Also, diesel measurements. And for this redesign, they start showing you the engine braking and the exhaust filter. I can't remember if they did that on the 2022s, but I don't remember, so I'm just gonna say they didn't have it. And then they do take it a step further and give you these auxiliary gauges. Really nice that they've done that. They also added heads-up display. So a lot of nice features. You guys saw it had 360 camera. I mean, these trucks are gonna have all the nice goodies like dual climate control, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, wireless chargers down here, 2 USBs inside this area. This does slide to give you more cup holders, and they give you this plaque when you get the Limited. And I believe this is how many that they've built so far for 2024. They show you the VIN number there. Really nice attention to detail for that interior. And then the lockbox was optioned on this one too. And you can put your code in there. There's 2 USBs, Type C's inside this area too. But yeah, I think that if I do order another Ford truck, I might get the lockbox. I think I like it better with that. There's a little bit of storage on this side, and then down below here, your glove box. Here's some of your power plugs. And I'll show you guys the ones in the back in a second. But when I hit the button right here, you guys will see your 2,000 watts of power. Hold on, actually it did not come up. Oh yeah, I forget, the truck's still in PDI mode, so unfortunately I can't show that to you. But yeah, you have the onboard scales, and this is nice to have. Like if you are looking to tow a trailer, you can pretty much, you know, see how much payload you have once you add your trailer, things like that. And you can actually use the tail lamps to show you, you know, where you are for your capacity. A really nice feature to have. You can control your running boards inside of here, and they do have the approach detection too. And up top here, here's some of your buttons. You have your exhaust brake. There's a dual stage exhaust brake, your cameras, parking sensors, caution lights, traction control, and downhill assist. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. Illuminated kick plate there. And one thing, I do like the way the Max Recline makes the seats look, so I would option this even if I didn't plan on using this, because this could be used as like a shoulder support. Out back, cup holder right here. And here are the seats. So you still have that diamond stitched leather, 60/40 bench. Here's some of your power plugs, Type C USBs, outboard heated seats. I would like to see ventilated seats out back personally, especially with the leather already being perforated. And then you have that collapsible storage. Nothing's changed there. I'm going to show you guys the contouring seats. I don't do a lot of videos on Limited, so I want to show that really quickly, and then I'll show you guys the payload. In order to get to the massaging function for the seats, you have to go to settings, swipe over, go to seats, and then you have one for driver, one for passenger. Now you can see here, this is for your lumbar support. There's 3 levels for it too. And then if you turn on massagers, you'll see it like this. So you have 5 settings for that. Now as far as the numbers on the door go, you guys can see the gross axle weight rating is going to be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,230 pounds. And 12,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. If you get a long bed, it would be 12,400 pounds. All in payload is 3,680 pounds. I'm assuming it is including that bed cover. I'm willing to bet you that's probably a couple hundred pounds for sure. But I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out again to Larry H. Miller for allowing me to do this video. This truck is really beautiful, and I think that the Limited is a good buy because they make so little of these trucks and they do have an exclusive look.